Okay, I've seen the shutter go out, so this is part 3. I don't know the name of this yet, but it's part 3. I was saying that the first thing, we're talking about the tax revolts, and okay, it's going to be very bleak, very sad, and there is going to be a lot of homeless. It's just like what I was saying, if we can't take care of the homeless now, the ones that are on the street, when we become homeless, God's going to turn his back and he's going to say, you never help the homeless when times are good or better. And he's going to turn your back on you. He's going to turn his back because you did not show compassion where you could have. So those I show compassion to the poor now, and to help build these ARC shelters. God's going to bless you. You're just putting your money in the bank, in God's bank. And when times get tough, he's going to see you through. It's going to be very bleak, very sad, and there's going to be a lot of homeless, the likes of which we have never seen before. 10 cities are already sprouting up around the country, and we're going to see many more. We're going to start seeing huge areas of vacant real estate and squatters living in them as well. It's going to be a picture the likes of which Americans are not going to be used to. It's going to come as a shock, and with it there's going to be a lot of crime. And the crime is going to be a lot worse than it was before, because in the last 1929 depression, people's minds weren't wrecked on all these modern drugs, over-the-counter drugs, or crystal meth, or whatever it might be. So you have a huge underclass, a very desperate people, with their minds chemically blown beyond anybody's comprehension. This is by Paul Joseph Watson, dated Thursday, November the 13th. This is something that the Lord showed this guy. There's supposed to be a follow-up. Okay, here's the follow-up here. Okay, I'll just read what's here. No responses to this guy. Just shows you how brain dead people are. A lot of us are living in denial and saying, well, this recession is going to be over in a year or two. No, it's not. It's going to become worse than your worst nightmare. And you better prepare for it now. You better start packing your bags and getting out of the cities. And it's going to take the Spirit of the Lord to do it. And God has given me the knowledge and the insight and the wisdom and the ability to design and to make things. And you need to help me out financially and start passing the hat. Because in doing so, you're helping yourself. I'm not asking to become rich, but I don't have the finances to build what needs to be built. I just got over recuperating from the last 5 months from a serious fall off the ladder, so I'm at the place where I can begin to work. But I had to make a choice. Do I go on full time in making these innovations in technology, jolt pipes, gasifiers, these ARC shelters? Should I do that full time where people can benefit? And the only other choice is to get a job and try to do it part time. But we're running out of time, folks. We're running out of time. We're at the advent, at least, of the last 7 years coming in. We're talking about the man of sin is about to come on the scene. We're talking about the Middle East fuse being lit, and the stage is being set with these 20,000 troops to police America. And we're going to see something happen, where some kind of event where the United States is going to go into Iraq, and we're going to see the bombs fall. I've seen this in 1986 with a group of people. The Lord came and during this 30 days of fasting and prayer, He gave us visions and showed us the time where America would go to war in Iraq, and where the weapons of mass destruction would be launched against Israel. And we saw 3 missiles fired, and 2 got taken out. 1 got through and took out part of Tel Aviv. Don't know whether it was chemical or nuclear, but folks, we're going to see this happen. And it's going to start a series of events. When that time happens, things are going to change here in America and in Canada. Alright, enough of that. Here on Coast to Coast, quite often, most people have been saying this for better than 5 years now, but it's hard to stock food unless you have the room and money to do so. Many believe this famine would be here due to global earth changes. Many years ago, there used to be talk of a bad earthquake in San Francisco, opening up the Imperial Valley to ocean water. This guy's starting this thing next door. And flooding this area of California, which grows... Go away! Which grows something like 70% of all fresh produce for the U.S. As you know, this is the winds, wells. As you know, little in the wells do we have animals for meat. And even if we did the gun legislation, their projection would keep the bigger game animals out of most people's reach without guns. If the animals were safe to eat at that, our food seed production was brought out by Mexico some 2 years ago by this genetically modified stuff, right? This crap. And all we have are the modified hybrids. They say the New World Order wants to cut down on population in a big way. Earth changes and famine is 2 of them. Yes, hungry people lead to revolutions far faster than those having the inability to buy fancy new cars these days. It's been coming on for many years already. I'm glad that guy went back into his yard there. And he have to do it right now. Anyway, this was the follow-up to what was read in the second report by Paul Joseph Watson, dated November the 13th. And I could give you the email, but it's kind of long. I'll see if I can blow it up for you guys. No, it doesn't blow up. I was hoping the header would blow up. Okay. Anyway, this is what was shown this guy, and hoping he does get some responses. I know he did get a response from me, so I can say, well, I'm the first response, but I'm doing it by video. Folks, you need to take heed, those who are believers, and know that we're entering into troubled times. Even if you don't believe, you're not a believer, and you know we're entering into troubled times, you need to pass the hat, and you need to put money in my hands so I can carry on, start building these prototypes that the Lord has given me. This morning I just put together a gasifier unit using a 45-gallon drum. This is somebody else already did that. I just took his device and upgraded it with the Joe pipe to where you could actually use a wood char to get the process going. And so you'd actually have a furnace that would run on, that would gasify the wood, then you take the wood char to keep the process going. And that way you're able to put in a couple days worth of wood and heat your home, get all your hot water. And I'll be doing a 4-part video on this. I need to pull out the whiteboard and draw it on the whiteboard. I already have it pretty well designed, and I'm putting it out so you guys can get